like Peyton Manning is coming. Let's hear what he has to say. Everybody is waiting and getting a nice hand as he steps to the microphone.
I'm not going to try and make this a dramatic ordeal, but there are a few comments I'd like to make. I guess the one thing that's been running through my mind over and over the past couple of months has been to hurry up and know, Peyton, hurry up and know. That's what I've been telling myself. Well, yesterday morning I woke up with a huge sense of relief because I finally knew what I was going to do. I've had an incredible experience at the University of Tennessee with all the people I've met, learned from, and become friends with here. College football has been great to me. So have the people and the coaches and the players that I've played with the past 3 years. I also want to have a great experience in pro football. As difficult as it's been, I knew I couldn't make a bad decision. But I knew whatever decision I made had to be my own decision and nobody else's. I want to thank the people close to me, especially my mother and father, for allowing that to happen. I've thoroughly researched the situation and gathered a great deal of information. I've asked dozens of people what they thought, and I've prayed a lot about it also. I knew I wanted to be 100% sure of my decision. Somebody asked me this morning, what was the one thing that helped sway my opinion and help me decide? Well, there wasn't one thing. It was just like when I signed here. It was just sort of a feeling. I made up my mind. I don't expect to ever look back. I'm going to stay at the University of Tennessee. Yeah!
It is a shocker, as you can tell by the reaction here from the assembled fans and alumni of the University of Tennessee.
So Peyton Manning stays in Tennessee for one more season, even though experts had analyzed that he was probably going to be the first pick of the draft. The only problem was the Jets had the first pick that year, and they had already been through a lot of stuff, and they were trying to get Bill Parcells, and they didn't really want to get in too much more trouble, so they couldn't exactly ask Peyton Manning to come out in the NFL draft. So they trade the number 1 overall pick to the newly formed St. Louis Rams, and in return they got a first-round pick in that year for Walter Jones, 3rd rounder for Dan Neal, 4th rounder for Terry Day, and a 7th rounder for Coy Detmer. Once the Jets had the Rams' first-round pick, they traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for their first-round pick, James Farrior, and their 4th rounder that same year also for Leon Johnson. So with the Buccaneers now having the Rams' first-round pick, which was the Walter Jones pick, they trade that to the Seahawks for Warwick Dunn and Frank Middleton. This was the trade the Seahawks used to get the pick for Frank Middleton that they ended up sending to them. The Jets, with the 3rd round pick that they got from the Rams, they trade that to the Broncos for their 3rd round pick, their 6th round pick, their 7th round pick, and the next year's 6th round pick. Wow. Terry Day, the 4th rounder, only played 1 game in the NFL. Just 1 game. Coy Detmer ended up getting released by the Jets and ended up on the Eagles. Played 103 games, started 8 games, was 3-5, with 184 completions, 354 attempts, a 52 completion percentage, threw for nearly 2,000 yards, had 10 touchdowns and 14 picks.